at Bristol Memorial Hospital.
We understand we've had some technical difficulties. Some of you are just joining us here in Lexington, Kentucky. The Wildcats of Kentucky leading the SEC against rival Tennessee. And these are the seniors being introduced. Their final home game at Rupp Arena. 23,000 partisan Wildcat fans saluting some of their favorite sons.
And at forward, number 44, a 6'6" senior from Shelbyville, Kentucky, Charles Hurst.
Well, Charles wants to play. Mr. Atlas is a real athlete.
At guard, number 10, a 6'3" senior from Lexington, Kentucky, Kirk Smitterfield. And the head coach of the Wildcats, Joe B. Hall.
Joe B. Hall, he took his 78 team to the NCAA championship. He leads the SEC coming into this one, can clinch a tie with a victory. And we'll be back with the opening tip-off, Kentucky and Tennessee, in just a moment.
With us.
Oh, my. An emotional moment. The seniors at midcourt. Sam Bowie limped out to hug and embrace his teammates, the coaching staff, all to the strains of my old Kentucky home.
It could bring tears to your eyes.
Oh, that's powerful stuff. That's one of those moments that you say, how am I so lucky that I'm able to experience and feel something that's so special about young people and academic life and college spirit, enthusiasm, and meaning and tradition.
I think that Derek Ford starting, Dick. I don't think his ankle is better. He turned on his ankle yesterday against Georgia. I was watching him warm up. When he took a shot, he came down on his good foot rather than on both feet.
There's the Tennessee starting lineup. The key is Ellis. He's their big gun, 22-point average, top defensive player, second rebounder. We'll watch Horde, number 32 of the forward, turned his ankle against Georgia in the victory yesterday here in Lexington. And they may just have him in here to let him enjoy the proper salute in his final home game, and we'll see how well he can play. Badly twisted right ankle yesterday. Turpin jumping against Burton. Kentucky has Tennessee outsized, and they have a much deeper bench. And that's why Al McGuire said the key will be whether the officials let it be a physical game. That would be to the advantage of Kentucky. Turpin, very physical. This is everything, and Dale Ellis gets the rebound for Tennessee. Here come the Volunteers. Beeman, the point guard. Brooks on the opposite wing. Brooks now with the ball. He's the shooter. Ellis down in the hole. Fetterman, the big center. And it's Burton on this side. He's improved his shooting. A good pass for a big man.
Started out in the 2-3 zone, which is the prize.
Away, and Jim Master controls for Kentucky. Dirk Menafield, he scored his 1,000th point, the 28th Kentucky Wildcats to do so yesterday. There, and a foul against Fetterman of Tennessee. Hope you'll stay with us. Our halftime guest will be Herschel Walker. Al and I talked with the Georgia Heisman Award winner earlier today, getting his feelings in this long, prolonged week of headlines for Walker. We'll get his latest feelings as he practices with the New Jersey Generals. Jim Master. Rebound Fetterman. No score thus far. Both teams a little tight in their early shots.
Jim Masters seems to have a cold hand every time against the Volunteers. Again, they're sitting in the 2-3 zone.
The Tennessee team, while they're 17-8, half of their 8 losses have been by 1 point.
Look for Brooks to take the shot to get it around to him.
Beeman to Ellis, and he walks. Don DeVoe, former assistant Bobby Knight. Done a great job at Tennessee. Also coached Virginia Tech and Wyoming.
As a Bobby Knight, he likes to play man-to-man. Very seldom goes to the zone.
Master inside to Turpin. Ball just won't drop for either side, and Fetterman rebounds. No scoring. We played a minute and a half.
Why they keep going to Melvin Turpin, Dick, is because the last game he scored 42 points.
His career high at Knoxville, but despite the fact Turpin scored 42, Kentucky only got 63 and lost 65-63 at Knoxville. Beeman is open. Rebound Ellis. He'll take it back up. And the All-American, Dale Ellis, gives Tennessee the first points of the game.
Everything he does is smooth. Light pressure up court. They're trying to get the ball out of the hands of Minifield.
Tennessee will stick strictly with their man-to-man unless they get a big lead late in the game. Kentucky uses more zone. Ties it at 2. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. Each club has scored. It's a patient Tennessee team. And goes right through the hands of Dale Ellis.
Beeman will come up quick and cover Minifield up court. See that? Trying to get the ball out of his hands. Break the rhythm of the Wildcats. Here's the cut, old UCLA cut off the high post. Now Turpin will go to the middle. Here's the Turpin. Turpin should turn.
Minifield, and he was fouled. Hit on the arm by Beeman as he took the shot. That'll send Dirk Minifield to the line. He's the only married member of this Wildcat team. In fact, the pleasure to meet his twin sons in the locker room yesterday. Minifield, a father of 2 young boys that look a lot like their daddy. He was 79 Mr. Basketball in Kentucky High School.
He's the heart of the club, Dick. He's the one that gets them going. He wants the ball in his hands under pressure.
It's actually about 8.5 a game, and it's 4-2. 3 minutes into the game, Kentucky leads. Ellis helping out. Beeman double team.
There's no 5-second count in the SEC. Now, they're sorry they put the rule in not to use it. They have a 45-second clock, Dick.
45 seconds, and it'll run the entire game. 45 seconds on possession.
There's no 5 count, so good defensive play is not given an award.
And no three-point play, we should add. Minifield committed a foul for Kentucky. Tennessee looking for a tying basket. And Ellis, maybe the best forward in the country, senior forward. 4-all the score.
It'd be hard to see a better one than that.
And they voted him, the coaches, the best player in this conference last year as a junior. And he's played just as well this year, maybe better. Hurt. Charles Hurt makes it 6-4.
Kentucky cannot stay in the zone too long because it allows Tennessee to govern the time, the tempo, the rhythm of the game. They're playing right into Tennessee's hands. So I think a little while you'll see Coach Hall bring them out of it.
Ellis working that baseline. Rebound Hurt. Minifield brings them down. Gymnaster. And the Hoosier outside bomber makes it 8-4. He has 2 points.
Too slow for Kentucky. Absolutely too slow of a pace. They might be in the zone to keep Derek Hord in the game for a while.
Now, Brooks is the man who's got to shoot from outside.
He has to kind of... Here he goes.
Trying to duck between that double team. He travels.
Watch Dale in here. He handles the ball nice. A beautiful bounce pass off Burton. Clears out with his inside arm there. Notice that left arm cleared Turpin's arm away. That is illegal.
Timeout with Kentucky in front by 4. Rupp Arena, Al McGuire to the chalkboard.
Here's the way that Kentucky's attacking the man-to-man defense. They're on the offense. They have a low stack over here. They have a high stack on this side. The battle man will pull out. Okay, Minifield will pass him the ball, send it to the UCLA high cut off the bucket here, off the pivot man. He's not free this time, but normally he would be free.
Now we'll look for that play underneath. As Minifield brings it down. Turpin. And Brooks saves it for Tennessee, trailing 8-4. We played 4.5 minutes.
Brooks got to start shooting.
Underneath Ellis, and it was deflected by Turpin. They tried the alley-oop, but Turpin made the defensive play. Actually, Derek Horse okay, stays in the game even with that timeout. Turpin, nice feed. Charles Hurton, 4 points for him. It's 10-4 Kentucky.
Tennessee might have to move into another outside shooter.
Kentucky in a zone now.
2-3 zone.
That's one of the reasons John DeVoe does not like the 45-second clock. He says it allows too many teams to go to the zone. He likes to change defenses. Minifield with a steal. Here he comes. And a foul on Minifield. No basket. No basket by Master as Minifield charged as he made the pass. His second foul.
Boys and girls, watch this pass. That's the key to the basket. Melvin goes up with a head and shoulder fake, kicks it underneath. Give Charles a bucket.
It's 10-4 Kentucky. And Tennessee, hungry for a basket, been scoreless for nearly 3 minutes.
Well, they're trying to kick it too much into Bell.
Well, the Alex weak side. Burton, Beeman. Tyrone Beeman from Niagara Falls, New York. He makes it a 10-6 Kentucky lead.
Beeman will pick him up again early, try to force him one side to the other to stop their pattern. There's a double stack down low.
First tempted, but couldn't release it.
Here they are set up again. That should be two.
Master. 12-6 Kentucky. Master has more. 13 minutes, 20 seconds left. First half here in Lexington. Rough Arena over 23,000. Rabid Kentucky fans. Fetterman. Blocked by Turpin. Recovered by Beeman. Ellis gets the rebound, knocked away. And it'll be a dual possession. Where's the arrow? It goes to Tennessee.
Watch Turpin go upstairs here and block this shot. Unbelievable. He takes a step.
Perfectly clean.
Beeman now puts the ball up. Okay, he didn't go that far back.
Fetterman, out of bounds play, not there. And the foul on Walker. I'd introduce this young man, number 34 in the white uniform of Kentucky, as one of the top freshmen in the country. They call him Sky Walker, and he is a brilliant player. Kenny Walker from Roberta, Georgia, the Atlanta area. 6'8", leaper, catches the ball well, shoots it, rebounds, rejects it. He's going to be a star.
It's the Brooks. Take it, Brooks.
Michael Brooks. That's his shot. 12-8 as Brooks has his first bucket.
He's only 160 pounds.
Walker is in for Derek Ford. Master over Fetterman. Short. Turpin gets the finish. 4 points for Turpin in the right place at the right time. And 12:20 left in the first half. Kentucky's lead by a half dozen. Deflected out of bounds by Minifield.
This is what you call a revenge dunk. Watch him go up there. He's mad at somebody. At the backboard.
Boy, thank goodness that rim gave, because that backboard would have shattered with that. You see it giving.
There's Kentucky sitting in the 2-3 zone.
So Brooks again from the side and hits it again.
I think that's the end of the 2-3 zone. Let's see if I'm right.
Minifield goes out, and Dickie Beal, number 11, comes in from Joe Beal's bench. Jim Master committed a foul. His shot was good. And at the line looking for the three-point play is Michael Brooks. But first, we're going to have a timeout. This rivalry that has gone through the years, Kentucky's won over 100 times. Tennessee has beaten Kentucky 50 times. No Kentucky opponent has won more. We'll be back.
You suggested we...
So often here, working away from the ball. Let's watch Jim Master, Al.
All right, Jim Masters here will come along to the baseline and clear through a pick here set by Turpin, the big center for Kentucky. Then he'll go and continue into his area where he's an automatic deuce from. Now watch this happen. Comes around. Now here's the pick set right by Turpin there. He cuts across. Now Minifield will hit him, and that is automatic.
So it's away from the ball so often. You see the finer elements of this game, and that's a nice addition, Al. Meanwhile, it's 14-10. Another rejection by, was it Walker Turpin? They were both up after that one. And a holding foul. No, a charging foul goes against Brooks of Tennessee, and that brings Don DeVoe to his feet.
Watch this reject here. It's a real fly swatter.
That was Turpin.
You know, he'll get this fella thinking. Now, here's a little gnat that created a foul on an elephant like. Let's him charge him here.
Oh, he used a free arm, apparently. It certainly wasn't a charge. Cleared out with the offhand.
All right, watch Dickie Beal. He ignites Kentucky. Watch the tempo pick up offensively.
Master to hurt. Master traveled before he went up. No basket.
I took a couple of steps, but he has a hot hand now, so he'll give him all he can eat.
It's 14-10 Kentucky with 11 and a half minutes remaining in the first half. Stay tuned, NBC Sports World later. Live boxing action from Las Vegas and some brilliant figure skating from Landover, Maryland.
There's the man-to-man. It was one turnover.
Michael Brooks using the high arc to get it away from the defensive play of Kentucky. And the game now is only 2 points for the Wildcats. Brooks has a half dozen now for Tennessee.
Well, this is what the Wildcats want. More action up and down the court, getting some foul situations, especially Tennessee. Just don't have as many players as Kentucky.
Dickie Beal beats it to Hurt. Charles Hurt. He has 6.
Hurt has played in every game at the University of Kentucky. 117, today 118.
Fetterman behind it. Way off the mark. Beal for Kentucky. How can that little guy knock that big guy down?
That was a Dustin Hoffman move there.
Beal. Rebound Walker. Walker again. Look at that young kid leap. Beal to Hurt. Knocked away. Boy, that Hurt is so strong that Beeman trying to knock the ball away, and he just flew off the ball.
Watch Walker's reactions early in here. He's an unbelievable jumper. This ball dances around. He recovers the ball again. He gives a nice pass off on this one. I don't know if we'll follow this deep enough to where... No, he didn't follow it deep enough to where we get Beeman.
Look at that Walker. Kai Walker does just that. It's 18-12 with 10 minutes remaining in this first half. First point for Walker.
Here's the man-to-man. Create play. Masters cannot handle this kid. Masters isn't quick enough. Hold it.
Michael Brooks has 8 points, and it's an 18-14 score. Kentucky leading with 9:50 left in the half.
They got to put Beal to throw at the ball now. They got to put him on Brooks.
Beal wise enough to reverse his dribble. He was about to charge into Turpin for an easy 2.
Nice. Beal's been hurt. Yesterday's the first time he played against Georgia. He's been out for 6 games. I think he had a thigh injury.
Actually, an knee injury, Al, in January. 6 points, Kentucky lead.
Flip back into their zone. So I didn't make that change on the defensive alignment.
Get an idea just how long 45 seconds is. They've still got 24. And Don DeVoe's a patient team. He likes to work for the good shot. Ellis inside. Block gets it back with 14 seconds. 10 seconds.
That's plenty of time. It's out for Brooks.
6 seconds. I'm not sure they know there's so little time. Ellis better hurry. A 3, a 2. And he's fouled by Turpin. Now to get interesting statistic in the entire Southeastern Conference this year. How many times do you think the 45 seconds expired and cost the team possession?
107 times.
3 times. 3. He only missed by a couple.
Watch Melvin's pass. Excellent pass. Automatic to it. Just turn around. Tennessee cannot stop him when he gets the ball down low in the paint. What we want to watch here sometimes is every time that Ellis gets the ball down low offensively, he clears out with his left arm. That's illegal. See if we can catch it next time.
Dale Ellis, an all-around fine shooter. In fact, he apparently, if he shoots even anywhere up to his normal fashion, will set an all-time Tennessee field goal percentage record. He's hitting about 60% career-wise and hits 3 out of 4 from the line. Collects the deuce on that trip, and it's a 2016 score.
All right, now Minifield should be able to overpower Brooks.
Minifield and Beal, quick tandem in the backcourt now for Kentucky. Walker to Turpin. Over Fetterman.
Tennessee, no contact. Fetterman has to play in front of him and has help from the weak side. The weak side of the court is the side the ball is not on.
8 points now for Turpin. Remember, he scored 42 in defeat against Tennessee in their first game. Brooks from way outside. Rebound Ellis.
That's him clear.
And out of bounds. Last touch by Tennessee.
He's still clearing with that inside arm. Coach Hall is up trying to get the officials' attention on it.
In our other NBC game today, Minnesota and Iowa tied at 22. Versus Indiana losing Ted Kitchell, their top scorer, with a back injury, and losing their last 2 games at Michigan and Michigan State. Hawkeyes looking at first place, perhaps. A steal. Demon.
Look out for the Hawkeyes in the NCAA Final Four.
Michael Brooks, the leading scorer in the game, collected the 4 and now has 10. 7:45 left in the first half. Field to Turpin. And he walked that time. Leaned and then shuffled. And it cost Kentucky possession. Boy, that Turpin is a man. He is 6'11" and 235. Timeout here at Rupp Arena. The score was 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Kentucky 22, Tennessee 18. In Tennessee, most against any opponent. 51 victories for the Volunteers against the dominance of Kentucky over the decade is the most losses ever suffered by Kentucky. Here are the SEC rules. Each league with its own variations. Some with no clock, no three-pointer. No three-pointer here, but a 45-second clock. And it'll run throughout the game. Roger Harden, number 23, is in for Kentucky. He has replaced Minifield. Tennessee trailing by only 4. Into Fetterman. Good passing by Tennessee. Tipped by Burton. Controlled by Burton. He'll take it back up. And Walker is fouled by Fetterman. Walker with good position. Second foul on Fetterman, the center of Tennessee.
I think Burton should shoot more. He seems to be hesitant there. He looks to pass first before he looks to shoot.
That has been his pattern over the 2 years at Tennessee that he has played as a regular, although he's moved his average up to 9 points a game this year.
And now they're starting to help out on Turpin a little bit more.
Charles from outside gets some time bounce. Burton with 8. He and Turpin with 8 apiece. Brooks leads Tennessee with 10. There you go. Harden to Beal. Dickie Beal, and Kentucky leads by 8.
All right, now you got a big basket. The Volunteers need a basket here. I think Brooks should pass and go through the middle and come out on either side of that zone.
Burton, Ellis. Dale Ellis can't hit. Walker rips down the rebound. Beal hustling up court. Knocked away from behind by Beeman. This is Brooks, 3-on-1. Give it to Burton. Gave it to the little man Beeman. Lots of B's on this Tennessee team. They were buzzing.
Oh, you like that?
You were waiting for that word.
No, I wasn't. It just came to my head. I'm not kidding you.
Well, I thought I did. Turpin scores, and he is fouled by Fetterman. And that is 10 for Turpin. Turpin, but more importantly, 3 fouls on Fetterman.
Watch this play. Oh, this is the shot that Turpin made. He shot it very low. His trajectory could be a little bit higher. Now, all he wants to know is, hey, I got hit at the 3-point play possible.
In comes number 34, Rob Jones, a freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's 6'7", replacing Fetterman. So that makes it a very short Tennessee team. Tallest man on the court is 6'7". 11 points now for Turpin. Kentucky enjoys its largest lead, 29-20, with just under 6 minutes left in the half. Traveling on Dale Ellis. No, it was against Jones, 34, Rob Jones.
The freshman, the first time he touched the ball, he tried to make a move a little bit too soon. We got 23,000 fans in here, and maybe 50 of them are rooting for Tennessee.
Minifield comes in, and Beal gets a breather. So it's Harden, Minifield, Turpin, Walker, and Barrett. Brett Barrett in for the first time for Kentucky. Suffered a 6-stitch wound in his eye in the game yesterday. 29-20, Tennessee trails. Burton. You're right, he's reluctant to shoot. Demon caught by Harden. Inside to Ellis.
In here. Watch Barrett go up there. He got up there a little bit late, but he still caught all ball. And there's the foul. They're in the 1-1 now.
That's the third foul on Tyrone Demon. So 2 Tennessee starters are shackled with 3 fouls, and Don DeVoe does not have a deep bench, and he trails by 9.
When you stay at a big, fancy hotel, you pay for a lot more than your room. You don't need a fancy hotel to get a big, comfortable room. You can get one at Howard Johnson's, along with a big bathroom, an oversized bed, and a lot of personal comfort to make you feel good, all at a sensible price. At Howard Johnson's, we don't care about the fanfare. We care about the things that count most.
They start excellent. They're pulling out. Now, I thought then you're supposed to pull up the foul line here, but he continued a little bit too deep. Good pass off. Result was perfect. But the middle man, remember, should normally pull up at the foul line. Unless if he goes over the foul line, then he can take the shot himself.
29-20, Kentucky leads with 5 minutes left in the half, and Melvin Turpin is at the line looking for his 12th point.
Looks like he might be in for another 42-point night.
He's had a good first half already, and Kentucky now builds its lead to 10. Rebound to Burton of Tennessee. Number 23 into the game for the first time is Myron Carter for Tennessee. He had a little trouble there, and Brooks helping him out.
Obviously, Myron Carter's been put in because Kentucky's playing the zone. He'll be an outside shooter.
Foul on Harden for holding. Well, Don DeVoe is strapped here in the first half. He's lost his tallest man in Fetterman, and he's also lost his floor leader and point guard and Demon, each with 3 fouls.
Well, the next one will be 1-1. That was the 6th foul on Kentucky. So from now on, all fouls are 1-1.
We talked with Herschel Walker down in Orlando, Florida, Al and I, and like the interview, and we hope you'll stay with us at halftime to get his feelings down. He's 1 week away from his first game as a professional.
Well, we were supposed to put on Pat Head. He's the coach of the women's Olympic team. So we'll put on next week, and Bobby Knight the following week.
That's Michael Brooks, and he's had a hot hand from that spot. Brooks with 12 points to lead Tennessee. It's 30-22. 4.5 minutes left.
He got away with a walk.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. He definitely walked. The late whistle.
You would have been a good official. I wonder why you never tried that. You'd have been a terrific official.
Oh, God bless him. I'm not picking on him this guy. I don't even call them Zeepers anymore. The surprising thing about TV and replays is find out how often they're right. You know, in the Southeastern Conference here, they have a box that coaches cannot go out of. We'll show it to you later. But they can't go over the lines on either side of the bench, or it's a technical foul.
It's like a baseball coach's box, but that basketball coach cannot get out. There's Burton's first shot, and he hits it.
Well, he took it from left field.
Willie Burton from Millen, Georgia, averaging 9 points a game, cuts Kentucky's lead to 6. Less than 4 minutes left. Deflected and stolen by Ellis.
Give it to a little guy, Ellis. His rhythm is all Tennessee, but still Kentucky's winning by 6.
Myron Carter to Burton. To Dale Ellis, who likes the baseline. And it's a 4-point lead as Ellis has 8 points.
Dale Ellis, Operation All World.
Just looks like a great player before he even takes off his sweatsuit. Walker skying for a jumper, and the rebound goes to Jones, and a foul on Kentucky, I believe on Walker for riding in. A reminder that we'll be selecting our most valuable player in today's Kentucky-Tennessee game, $1,000 from Chevrolet that will be shared by these two clubs. We'll announce that, of course, later in the contest. You see on the far sidelines in front of the Tennessee bench, see the lines? Now, Don DeVoe, when the game is in play, he can get up and wander in that area, but if he crosses the line, it's a technical foul.
Also, Dick, during timeouts, obviously, and there's any problem with the scorer's table. But if I catch any of the coaches going by those white lines, I'm going to tell Harry Coyle, and he'll get it on the camera. Then we'll tell the official it'll be a 2-shot foul.
All right, Tennessee not only missed the free throw, but Dale Ellis committed a foul on the rebound that'll send Tom Height to the line. He entered with Ford and Minifield and Bowie and Hurt and that great freshman class 4 years ago, but redshirted 1 year after an injury. 6'9", a junior from Hamilton, Indiana. Rebound Ellis. 30-26. Tennessee can cut the lead to 2.
Again, remember in the SEC, there's no 5 count. That means a guy could play you close to 10, 15 seconds, no turnover.
Myron Carter off to Ellis, and he hits from the other baseline. 10 points for Ellis, and the lead for Kentucky is down to just 2 points with 2.5 minutes left in this first half.
If I had to build a basketball player, it would be Dale Ellis. You know, 6'7", lean,
Quick, aggressive, plays both ends of the court.
cool, never says anything, very quiet.
That'll be a foul on Burton. He saved a sure 2 points with the hold, his first foul. That'll send Height to the line again. If that name is familiar to you fans watching in Mountaineer country, his brother Mike, a 7-footer, played at University of West Virginia. He's averaging a point and a half a game.
This is Turpin. It's a 1-1 each time.
And the high bounce comes to Michael Brooks. And Tennessee looking for a tying goal.
Kentucky has not played their game because they've been playing the zone from the opening whistle. They were not out of it for about 2 or 3 minutes. They allowed Tennessee to govern the rhythm. Obviously, everyone looks in to Dale Ellis. Where he's down there.
See how that zone shifts with the ball. Watch the 5 men in unison. First shot by Carter isn't there, but Ellis says he ties the game with a tip. It's even at 30.
Too slow a pace for Kentucky.
8 unanswered points scored by the Volunteers.
Duval has taken the crowd out of the game, which is so important.
Minifield from way outside, 32-30 as the senior Minifield gets Kentucky back in front.
Long distance, dial 8.
Dial 8 in the hotel, that'll get you long distance.
They're in a 1-3-1 zone now, a little bit more aggressive.
Ellis, he'll take that one and hit again. Ellis has hit 3 in a row. He's matched the number on his back, 14 now for the senior forward for Tennessee. It's even at 32. We come down to the 1-minute mark. Inside, intercepted by Ellis. That's why Don DeVoe calls him the best player he has ever coached, because he's not only his top scorer, he's his best defensive player.
Will he be better than Bernard King? Will he be better than Ernie Grunfeld? And another kid there, Jim England.
Johnson. Reggie Borwinkle also.
Excuse me, that's right. Reggie Johnson.
Burton looking for Tennessee's first lead, and they've got it. Willie Burton gives the Vols their first lead in the game that comes with 30 seconds left in the first half.
Will they look for one? Brooks got hit in the jaw, I think, so the referee's timeout.
Charles Hurt comes back in for Kentucky, and Brett Barrett goes out. Now, show you that we talked about the depth of bench. Kentucky has already used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. The only man who's not played is Troy McKinley on the bench. Tennessee has gone with 7. It's only because 2 starters picked up 3 fouls early.
Got time. Got about 3-4 seconds left. Go easy.
Jim Master, way off the mark. Here comes Brooks. 5, 4, 3.
Let it fly!
At the buzzer, that is the end of the first half, and a good 20 minutes it was. Tennessee trailing throughout, but Don DeVoe's club down the wire in the end of this first half outscored Kentucky 10-2 to take the lead at the half. Volunteers 34, Wildcats 32. Halftime with Walker coming up.
You're looking at the 2 best reasons I take good care of my brakes. They're why I go to Midas on a regular basis. Midas inspects brakes the right way. I pull the wheel. If anything needs doing, I know it gets done right. Some people say I'm overly cautious, but I don't think so. I just feel better going to Midas.
There's nothing but the best is ever gonna do. Trust the Midas touch.
My music keeps me going in more ways than one. If I'm not riding a contest.
In Lexington, Kentucky, college basketball is being brought to you by light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer. And less by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is USA 1, and USA 1 is taking charge. By Campbell's Chunky Soup, the soup that eats like a meal. And by Radio Shack, the computer experts with over 6,500 locations nationwide. Canberg with Al McGuire, ready for the second half here at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Tennessee scored the first basket of the game, then fell behind. Kentucky built its biggest lead to 10 at 30-20, only to find Tennessee scoring 10 consecutive points to tie it, and then getting the goal to take the lead at the half. Rebound, Tennessee out-rebounding a bigger, stronger Kentucky team by 8 in that first half, Al.
Well, the big thing that Tennessee has to do, they have to stop Turpin. Turpin's getting a lot of easy shots underneath. 5 for 8, and he should have made the other 3.
Kentucky gets it first. Dirk Menafield, Master, Hurt, alley-oop, Turpin. Nice it. Kelvin Turpin, who leads Kentucky with 14 points.
Set play for the alley-oop. Well, I'm wrong. Kentucky's starting the 2-3 zone again, which shocks me. Absolutely shocks me. Letting Tennessee again govern the tempo.
Byron Carter, 23, and Brooks starting in the backcourt for Tennessee. Burton now with the ball. Ellis, the leading scorer, working the baseline. He has 14. And Rob Jones, 34. So Fetterman and Beeman, 2 starters, each with 3 fouls in the first half, do not start the second half.
Such an advantage to Tennessee.
Brooks off the mark. Burton slipping in for the rebound and scores. Willie Burton. Tennessee back in front by 2.
So Tennessee has 2 of their starters on the bench with 3 fouls, and they can just patty cake many touches when they go down. He's tying up the clock.
Leading scores in the first half. Turpin with 12 for Kentucky, 14 for Ellis, 12 for Brooks to lead Tennessee. 26 of Tennessee's 32 points scored by those 2 men. Knocked away by Ellis. Sky Walker, 34, the freshman, opens the second half in the Kentucky lineup.
Alley-oop here to Turpin. He just came high and come on the weak side. Excellent pass by Minifield.
Kentucky looking for a tying basket to Kenny Walker.
Every time Kenny Walker gets it down low, it's either 2 points or a foul.
Walker's 4th point ties it at 36. Hurt. Burton on the other side, way off the mark, and Hurt rebound. Benefield. Master. Hurt. Charles Hurt has 10, and Kentucky leads 38-36.
Simple hustle. Bennyfield's trying to get the crowd going. But play in the zone, you can't get a run. Going up.
Ellis. Basket counts, and he is fouled by Master. The crowd was looking for a charge against Ellis.
All right, now just watch what happens to Turpin here. I told you earlier about Dustin Hoffman. Watch this guy go down. You could knock him down with a tank stick.
Dale Ellis looking for his 17th point. He leads all scorers, and Tennessee is up by 1 with 2.5 minutes gone in the second half.
Odd man-to-man by Tennessee. Very seldom they ever come out of it.
Knocked away by Burton and controlled by Michael Brooks. So Burton made the defensive play.
Back it out, set up. There's the 2-3 zone for Tuxedo. Now they're at their position. They'll take their time. Try to get into Ellis or Brooks outside.
They're leaving Carter alone. And it ricochets off the leg of Walker right to Charles Hurt. So Kentucky has a chance for the lead with 3 minutes gone in the second half. Hurt to Walker. Knocked away by Carter, and a foul on Carter. The pictures are really beautiful as always. We want to congratulate, for his many years of service, 35 years at NBC, Paul Hempen. He's our senior video man. He's the one that makes that picture so bright and sharp and colorful. Paul's been a great member of our NBC sports team, and thanks for all of his work through the years. His last remote telecast. Top 5, U.S. Basketball Writers Association. Guy Lewis's Houston team atop Virginia. This is as of yesterday with Louisville. We'll see them against Memphis State. Next week, Kentucky in the 6th spot. 39 all the score.
Watch how they try to get the ball into Ellis. Ellis is in the middle. They always look in first.
Minnesota's leading Iowa 42-36, 5 minutes into the second half. And that key Big Ten game on NBC. Burton travels. So with the game even at 39, it's Kentucky's turn. Whoop! Well, I thought for a moment that Matt was going to toss it to Minifield. Minifield had his back to the play. They were just going to play it from the sideline. Boy, does he work. You're right, Al. He either gets his basket or a foul every time he gets the ball inside the hole.
Imagine this guy's around for another 3 years. And with the player in state Georgia, wasn't it last year?
Right, he got away from Georgia, state of Georgia. The Crawford County High School there, they were the state champions as a junior and a senior. Georgia Player of the Year. Matriculated here at Kentucky. We've got All-American written all over him. Kentucky leads 40-39, and Walker looking for his 6th point. 41-39 and a timeout. Now they've led the NCAA in attendance the last 6 years. The University of Kentucky averaging over 23,000. Kentucky staying in that zone defense, Al.
Here's a 2-3 zone here. And what's happened is 5 men playing the ball. They shift around the court as the ball is moved. Each man has the responsibility of a certain area. This guy had this responsibility. This fellow had this responsibility. 5 men playing the ball.
And in that case, Willie Burton traveled as he tried to penetrate that zone. 41-39, Kentucky leads with 4 minutes. gone in the second half. Tennessee with a chance to tie. Again, 2 starters on the bench for Tennessee since they picked up 3 fouls. Neither Fetterman, the center, nor the point guard Demon has returned.
Well, they're allowed to eat at the clock, Dick, so it's helping Tennessee.
Clock is down to 15 seconds. 45-second clock again in case you've just joined us. 45 seconds used here in the Southeastern Conference. Ellis, oh my. Dale Ellis hits again. He now has 19 points, and the game is even at 41.
He hasn't broke out in the sweat yet.
I don't think he does. Talk about effortless. Kenny Walker. Jim Master, a foul underneath. Was there a basket? Does it count? No basket. And the foul's against Kentucky, I believe, for blocking. No basket. Dirk Minifield picks up his 3rd foul, the first Wildcat to have 3, to the displeasure of Joe B. Hall.
Dirk Minifield picks going down, rubbing off Masters' man.
Ellis again off balance, and he nails it. 21 for Ellis. What a player, and Tennessee leads 43-41.
Got to get going man-to-man on the defensive end of Kentucky.
This Turpin, a little farther away, doesn't matter to him. He ties it at 43, and Melvin Turpin has 16 to lead the Cats. Good ball movement by Tennessee. Carter will shoot. And hit his first basket. The sophomore from Madison, Tennessee, went to Goodpasture High School. Tennessee leading by 2. 6 minutes gone, second half. Next week, Memphis State at Louisville, Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time here on NBC. Turpin. Tipped in almost by Rob Jones of Tennessee, and he takes a deep breath. Foul, I believe, against Michael Brooks.
I think Ellis caught him that time. The shot dances around here. Walker comes in from the outside. See him tapping in there? Doesn't bounce in.
You're right. Dale Ellis did get the foul. His 3rd. Kentucky 6 in our USB WA poll. And Las Vegas had lost its first game earlier to Cal State Fullerton. North Carolina, UCLA winning 2 against USC this weekend. St. John's is 10th. We'll have the second 10 for you later. Minifield. Rebound Ellis. He had 7 boards in the first half to lead both teams. Tennessee 45, Kentucky 43. The Volunteers have never led by more than 2. Kentucky had a 10-point lead late in the first half. That's Bailey. Good to have him with us, keeping the numbers for us here in Lexington.
You'll notice the Wildcats have just gone man-to-man.
Brooks. Tipped out by Turpin. Foul is on whom? Dale Ellis goes to the floor with Charles Hurt. There's a couple of valuable properties on the board. Look at that Charles Hurt. He looks as if Rodin sculpted him.
Just plays hard all the time.
Foul is on Kenny Walker, his 2nd. Tennessee's ball with a 2-point lead. Ellis the trigger man. Out to Myron Carter. Carter scored just moments ago. It's only his 2nd basket all year. Final West Virginia 87. Nevada, Las Vegas 78. So running Rebels taste defeat twice this week after going unbeaten. Boy, that #1 spot has really been a jinx for several clubs this year. Dick Enberg, Al McGuire. We're at Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. Over 23,000 fans. And quite a game. Southeastern Conference action. As Al said earlier, and many have agreed, the toughest conference top to bottom in the nation. Kentucky with a win would clinch at least a tie for the title. Tennessee's in third place, and they lead 45-43, and Tennessee with the ball. Brooks inside to Ellis. He's been brilliant.
He's been smoking.
Doesn't get that one. Turpin hands it off to Minifield. Dickie Beal in the game. Minifield to Beal. He'll shoot. And tie it at 45.
He's got to pick up the tempo. That's what's happening now. I've been saying it all game. Kentucky now will go man-to-man and create action.
Well, Dickie Beal and Minifield, they've got plenty of speed in the backcourt to get the Wildcats running. Willie Burton back outside to Brooks, and the crowd back in the game.
I don't think they'll sit on their two starters on that bench too much longer for Tennessee. Fetterman and Beeman.
Shot clock is down to 12 seconds. Brooks stolen by Minifield. Beal to Minifield. Walker. Kenny Walker tips it in to give Kentucky the lead off the fast break. This crowd on its feet.
Super call timeout by Coach DeBow that time. Finally, Kentucky put the crowd into the game. Got the six-man going. They want to create up and down, 94 feet, coast to coast. And here they are coming on a fast break. Even though Minifield misses his layup, he drops it at the end. Watch the Skywalker come in on the weak side there and lay it off the glass.
11:21 remaining in this second half. Kentucky by 2. The legendary Hall of Famer Adolph Rupp, the winningest coach in college basketball history, Joe B. Hall, in his 11th year, has had his trouble against the Tennessee Volunteers. The B, a lot of people have even had contests as to what the B stood for, and Joe has led them on saying it means bewildered. He said maybe it means basketball. Some have even said it means bastard. He said,
Oh, benevolent.
it means Beeman. It's a family name. There's Sam Bowie. His foot's still in a cast. He's not played the last 2 years. A member of the U.S. Olympic team in 1980 that didn't get a chance to play. He was a tremendous athlete. We hope he'll be able to come back someday. That fracture never healing. 47-45, Kentucky. 11 minutes left in this very tense conference struggle in Lexington. Beeman back in the game. Tyrone Beeman, who sat out something like 16 minutes. Brooks can't hit. Walker off to Minifield or Beal. Now it's Minifield. Walker.
He's frightening. Absolutely frightening.
That's 11 points for the freshman Walker. 9 in this half. This crowd trying to unnerve Tennessee. Turpin reaching in. Melvin Turpin has his third foul. So we have 4 players, 2 aside with 3. Actually 5 now. Dale Ellis has 3. So does Fetterman on the bench and Tyrone Beeman for Tennessee. Minifield and Turpin, 2 starters for Kentucky, have 3.
It's only the 4th team foul on Kentucky, and Tennessee has 3. So they got plenty to give before the 1-and-1. Kentucky's back to 2-3 zone.
Beeman up the alley, threw it away. Great save by Jones.
They're muscling underneath there on Ellis.
Brooks from way outside. Not there. Batted out to Brooks. Willie Burton made the save. Crowd wanted a foul.
Now the All-American.
49-45, Kentucky leads. Less than 10 minutes remaining.
Bring it around to the left. All right, now into the All-American. Nope. Good key by Turpin. There he has it.
Ellis. Oh, what a bounce. He hit the far end of the rim, and he still got it to bounce in.
For a shooter's bounce.
49-47. Dale Ellis with 23 to lead Tennessee. Minifield.
Big shot. Tennessee Kentucky gave him a new face with pressure up court. Minifield just went through it with a big basket.
6 points for Minifield, who grew up here in Lexington, Kentucky, went to Lafayette High School. 9 minutes left. Kentucky by 4. And Dallas. And he's fouled. Minifield from the backside, and that'll be 4 on him. He's saying to his coach, no, it's okay, let me stay. But you can see from his reaction, Joby Hall's going to the bench, and Jim Master will come in. Turpin also goes out, and Brett Barup has replaced him. Dan Fetterman returns to the Tennessee lineup. The starting center picked up 3 fouls in a hurry. Let's quickly run down the bottom half of that top 20. Missouri, Wichita State, Indiana, losing Ted Kitchell and a couple of games. Ohio State and Iowa back into that Big Ten fight.
Wichita State's not eligible for the NCAA, but this is their last year of probation. Starting next year, they can qualify.
Best kept secret outside of the Northeast in basketball this year is Boston College, Georgetown, Syracuse, Memphis State, Purdue round out our top 20.
Boston College beat the Redmen of St. John's twice.
51-48. Ellis now with 24 points to lead all scores. Less than 9 minutes left here at Rupp Arena.
No pressure against Beal. He breaks down all pressures up court. He's so quick. There's 2 blur players covering each other there. Both are 5'11".
Oh, Beal setting up Walker. Oh, he was fouled. And traveling is the call. Oh, wow. Boy, Burton really nailed Walker, but no foul. That will make a man walk when you take a forearm shiver like that. Fetterman outside. Demon. Ellis. Oh, he works that baseline. He's like a policeman on his feet. Willie Burton, a 15-footer. It's 51-50 Kentucky. Burton has 8. 8:17 left. Really a good game, isn't it?
Kentucky can't shake it. They get this knockout punch, and all of a sudden, Tennessee comes right back. I think one of the reasons is because Kentucky's staying in that 2-3 zone.
This is Brett Barup. Jim Master. Looking for Walker, but he's covered by Ellis, so they put Ellis on Walker. He draws the tough big man assignment. Hurt underneath. Fetterman with 3 fouls, didn't challenge him, and Kentucky's lead is back to 3. 12 points for Hurt.
Charles Hurt is the backbone of the Kentucky team.
Minnesota leading Iowa 50-46 halfway through the second half. Beeman. Burton traveled again. He had the jumper. Starting his drive. Shuffled his feet.
That's his 3rd walk of the game. It's a little bit too much indecision. He's constantly looking inside, Dick, to see Dale Ellis.
They're the leading scorers in the game. Dale Ellis, also the leading rebounder in the game. The All-American from Tennessee. Timeout, 53-50, Kentucky. So stay tuned for Sports World. And we all, and part of our job, of course, is try to excite you about NBC Sports. And there's sometimes when we can really guarantee you something. If you like figure skating even a little, stay with us. The 4th round, this is the final round of freestyle skating on the World Professional Figure Skating Championships. You're going to see the Protopopovs, 2-time Olympic champions, Ty Babylonia and Randy Gardner, the America's best pair ever, Dorothy Hamill, Linda Fratiani, and others. It's a great show following, so stay with us right here on NBC Sports. Meanwhile, 53-50, Kentucky leads Tennessee with 7 minutes left, and Kentucky with the ball. Dickie Beal on the dribble.
Garrett Claude is not playing because he hurt his ankle against Georgia yesterday.
Melvin Turpin from the baseline, taking a page out of the Dale Ellis story, and that's 18 for Turpin. Man who had 42 in the first game against Tennessee, even though Tennessee won. Kentucky builds a 5-point lead. It's an important trip down court for the Vols. Still in the zone. Ellis over Turpin, no foul. Fetterman blocked by Turpin. Here come the Wildcats. Beal to Master. Oh, look at that. Walker hustling. He almost got the ball sliding on the floor. 55-50 it remains. Fetterman inside. That's going to Toom. Fetterman.
Now, that was obviously a charge that time. He put his shoulder in. Watch these guys motoring. There's more underneath here as far as the jumping back and forth. Watch this block. Now, here they go. Well, back to live action.
But they win.
He took off. Runner after Burton.
Kentucky 55, 17-50. Walker. Yeah, we told you he's one of the top freshmen in the country. Kenny Walker. He would be a starter almost anywhere. 57-50. Walker with 13 points. And Kentucky, their biggest lead was 10. This is their biggest lead of the second half. 7. Tennessee led at the intermission by 2. Fetterman tries to tip. Finally, Turpin. 2-on-2. Walker again. Oh, my. Kenny Walker, a freshman. He's 6 feet 8 inches tall.
Watch him ring the register right now. Gets that inside position. He's so quick. He slices in there. He even goes back down court quick.
Boy, Joe B. Hall, he's got a brilliant gem in Walker, and he leads by 9. Don DeVoe sends his Tennessee team back on the court. So far, they have not been able to stop Melvin Turpin nor the freshman Kenny Walker, who has 13 points in this second half and has led this rush by Kentucky to outscore Tennessee 8-zip in the last 3 minutes plus, and we're down to the 5-minute mark in the game.
This is almost a must-time down. They'll obviously try to get the ball into Dale Ellis.
I think who Kenny Walker reminds me of, Al, a little bit like Marcus Johnson, who had that kind of size and strength and speed, quickness, all-around talent, caught the ball so well, UCLA All-American.
So Walker will get stronger as he gets more mature. He's only a freshman.
Foul reaching in against Toom. 11, Dickie Beal. That's the 6th team foul in Kentucky, so neither team in the bonus at the moment. 16 fouls, Kentucky 4 for Tennessee.
Any tie up, the ball goes to Tennessee, the Volunteers.
Again, Kentucky with a win will clinch at least a tie of the Southeastern Conference Championship. They will most certainly get an invitation of some. That's kicking the ball. Master. Jimmy Master. We thought that Beal might have kicked the ball, but apparently not. 6 points. It's an 11-point lead. And charging against Beeman of Tennessee. Everything going for Kentucky.
No, he caught it with his hand there, Dick. He didn't kick it. And here comes the fast break down. They're both motoring. He kicks the ball over to Masters.
As you said, Al, those replays certainly support the officials.
Keep you honest. All of a sudden, in 90 seconds, Kentucky almost flew him out of here.
61-50, and now Joe B. Hall will spend a timeout now that he's built an 11-point lead with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left. The Wildcats looking for their 20th win, 4 minutes, 16 seconds away. On the home of... We're here at Kentucky, but some of our fans on NBC are watching that Big Ten struggle between Minnesota and Iowa. The Golden Gophers have a 4-point lead late in the second half. Here at Kentucky, Dale Ellis has led the Volunteers of Tennessee with 24. Brooks with 12, but Michael Brooks has not scored in the second half. Kentucky, meanwhile, with Turpin, the leading scorer, 18, and Kenny Walker, the freshman, 13 points in the half with 15. And Charles Hurd with 12, and Kentucky with the ball and the lead of 11. Tennessee led by 2 at the half. Left 10 unanswered points by Kentucky. It was 51-50. 3 3 minutes to go. Now it's 61-50.
Watch it, Field. Brooks is very quick.
45-second clock is down to 6. Dickie Beal will shoot it.
Shoots a prayer.
Rebound Burton of Tennessee. Puts it ahead to Beeman.
That's where the clock comes in.
I kind of like that you have to shoot even though you have the big lead. 45 seconds seems to be certainly enough time. Dale Ellis is fouled by whom? Turpin? No, Beal raises his hand. Yes, it's on Dickie Beal, his second. Field goal percentages. Kentucky, look at that. They're up over 60% for the game. But Kentucky is the second best shooting team in the nation. University of New Orleans, the only club in the country with a better field goal percentage mark. Dale Ellis, he's just cool and calm. Just drops in his 25th point. He's averaging over 22.
That stopped a long drought by Tennessee.
Ellis makes it 61-52. 3.5 minutes left.
Pushing up court, a lot of pressure.
Walker in the backcourt to Beal.
Gets that PT post. That's why every team in the country has to have a quick guard. Without a quick guard, you'll never go anywhere, especially not in the postseason tournament. You got to have a guy like this that neutralizes all pressure. Get the ball in his hand and get out of the way. There he goes again. Right in through the middle.
And Fetterman with a foul, his fifth, so he's disqualified. Dan Fetterman leads the game. Did not score a point for Tennessee today. Starter. So at 3:21 left, Beal trying to complete the three-pointer. Shortest man on the Kentucky team.
5'11", I think. The shortest guy that Coach Joe B. Hall has ever recruited, or ever given a scholarship to.
But compensates with his ball handling skill and his tremendous quickness. Ellis inside. Fouled by Turpin.
I still think Ellis clears out with his left arm each time. Joe B. Hall's up there now trying to show him that he clears out with his left arm.
Look at Joe B. He's right on the line, too. But his toes were right on that coach's line as he yelled out at the officials. Now Ellis with a chance for 2 more from the line as he looks for his 27th point. Dale Ellis, his twin brother, went to Savannah State, tried to play there, did not make the basketball team. He's now a U.S. Marine. Walker rebounds. Despite he's a non-starter and doesn't play all that much, Walker's the third best rebounder in this Kentucky team. He averages 5 a game and probably plays about 20, 25 minutes a game.
He'll have his own record book by the time he finishes his senior year.
Under 3 minutes.
Now remember, there's no 5 count in the SEC. You could guard that guy close to 10, 15, 20 seconds. Doesn't make any difference. But the 45-second clock stays on. There's only 14 seconds left now.
Shot clock down to 10 with Beal on the dribble. Ooh, almost a steal by Ellis. Walker to Hurt. Open as master. Misses with 4 seconds. Burton rebound.
Can't hesitate anymore, Tennessee. You got to go right to the iron.
Brooks in the corner.
The clock is your opponent now.
2:15 left. Jones. This is the easy one. This is another easy one. And then it's tipped in.
Pressure up court. They'll push up again. Don't step over that line, Joe. If you do, it costs 2 shots. Now I'm going to tell the referees on it. So there's the pressure up court.
You'd have never been able to live with those lines.
No, I'd have to get a seat belt. Those lines I was coaching. A lot of pressure up court.
9 points. The lead for Kentucky. Walker to Turpin. A little too high. Here comes Brooks. 9-point lead for Kentucky. 145. Brooks. That's his first bucket of the second half.
Pressure up court. Tennessee, stay up, stay up. Minute and 40 seconds left. 7-point spread. 5-point spread. No, he missed it. It's back to 7.
Oh, what a big miss by Rob Jones, the freshman from Knoxville.
Oh, that would have hurt. Watch this action underneath. He steals the ball, the freshman, Rob Jones, bounces around, comes out, and there's Walker skying again.
2 minutes left in the other game. It's 66-65, Minnesota leading Iowa. Well, Walker the line, and it gives us a chance to offer any hanging participles or superlatives that we want to place on this young man. It really excites me when you see a young player. We saw him for the first time in person yesterday in the game against Georgia. You just know that he's going to be great. He's already great. He just do everything. 15 points in the half, 17 for the game, and he's our most valuable player. Kenny Walker of Kentucky. We could have named Mel Turpin, too, or Dale Ellis of Tennessee. How do you ignore him? You got to pick someone. Well, 2 universities will share the award. Chevrolet, $1,000 scholarship.
Well, you don't want to foul Master. You foul Master. That's a mistake. Kentucky wants to keep the ball in Master's hands. Joe's up, thinks he's getting bumped. Joe's also saying 2-shot foul now, intentional foul.
Kentucky protecting a 7-point lead. Shot clock at 25 seconds. Game clock 1 minute. Sports World Apollo boxing live from Vegas. And some tremendous figure skating, the best in the history of the sport on display.
Mathematics against Tennessee. They got a 7-point spread. They need the ball 4 times to win.
9 seconds.
Not enough clock left.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Master takes it. Hurt rebounds. Ellis can't hold it. Walker gets it again. Our Chevrolet most valuable player, Kenny Walker.
Okay, they'll hold the ball now. Tennessee has to foul.
And they do.
They should call that an intentional foul.
Michael Brooks committed the foul. Kenny Walker is our most valuable player. He'll receive a plaque in recognition of his being selected game MVP. Chevrolet donates $1,000 shared equally by the general scholarship funds of both schools in honor of their participation in today's game. This money will go towards assisting students at those institutions to further their chosen academic fields of interest. And to Dale Ellis and Mel Turpin, hey, how could we not give it to you? I agree. I'd write a letter and say, how could you pick him over the other two? But somebody has to make the selection, and our panel of experts here at NBC has selected Walker.
10 bounces before he makes the shot. Ooh, he missed the shot. That's rare.
25 seconds left. Tennessee can't control it. And with 23 seconds remaining, Kentucky will clinch in its last home game of this regular season. Another championship. They have dominated.
Joe should take out some of his seniors now. Oh, he's taking out Turpin. He put back in a senior, Derek Horde. So 3 seniors for the last time playing in Rupp Arena here. They've had a great career.
Benefield is one of them. Charles Burton, Derek Horde, the other 2. Hopefully Sam Bowie, who would have been a senior, will be able to return. Horde from the corner. Jones ahead to Beeman. 7-6. Beeman scores. Tennessee calls timeout. That'll give us a chance to thank the men, women, NBC Sports, who brought you this telecast. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Michael Weissman. The coordinating producer of NBC's basketball and the producer of today's game is George Finkel. Today's game was directed by Harry Coyle, technical director Bruce Berquist, halftime producer David Neal, associate director Joe Michaels. Our choreographer was Wendy Bailey. If that Minnesota-Iowa game, and there was just a 2-point difference between those two clubs, the Gophers leading, is still on, we will switch you from this game to the conclusion of that Big Ten game, and then NBC Sports World, so stay right where you are. 3 seconds left. Dale Ellis, 31 points in an apparent defeat. Brooks with 14 for Tennessee. Walker had 17, Turpin 18, Hurt 12 for Kentucky.
Happy little girl there.
They start chanting, "We're number one," and apparently they will be, at least in the Southeastern Conference, and certainly a team that of many that has a chance in the upcoming tournament.
I think one of the 2 teams in Kentucky will end up dueling in the sun in Albuquerque. Now, I don't know which one will be, either the Cardinals or the Wildcats. Now, we got the Cardinals next week in a dynamite game against Memphis State, which is led by Keith Lee.
And Louisville has the muscle that will match Kentucky or anyone else in the country. And a coach that has the experience in the Final Four, has won a tournament recently and was in the Final Four last year.
Here they go. They'll wave goodbye to the fans. Kirk Minifield's waving. The 3 teams are going out.
Kentucky, after Harden, replaces Coach Tennessee. And Tony McKinley replaces Charlie Hurt.
big guy there. Sam Bowie will come back.
Long pass to Walker. What a way to wrap it up. Kenny Walker with a slam, and Kentucky beats Tennessee 69-61. It's almost as if Kenny Walker was looking over our shoulders. He said, well, we'll make it a little easier on you. At least I'll be the top scorer for the Wildcats. 17 points in the second half for the brilliant freshman from the state of Georgia. And Kentucky, with the 20th win of the year, their 7th, now 8th in a row, has clinched at least a tie for the SEC title.
And the beat goes on. Coach Rupp is still smiling. Tradition, the dynasty of Kentucky, on and on.
For Al McGuire, Dick Enberg, thank you for joining us. And now let's go to the Big Ten action, Minnesota and Iowa.